Hello everybody. We're out on a new trail today. About time, right? Yeah, my wife's doing really well. She said to let everyone out there that has sent some well wishes to her, thank you very much. It makes her feel very special. So thank you guys for that. Today we're going to be riding, this is actually the Caperton Trail in Morgantown. And as soon as we get out past this stuff right here, it turns back into the Mon River Trail. Now I have ridden this section, and I believe, yeah, right up here at this little stop sign is where I stopped and turned around. That was part of my Caperton Trail video a few weeks ago. But today I'm going to continue on. This is another section of the Mon River Trail, the Monongahela River. And this river goes all the way to Pittsburgh. But we're not going that far. You know, Morgantown, West Virginia is only, I'm not even sure how many miles, but a few miles, just maybe 2, 3, 4. It's less than 5 miles from the Pennsylvania border. And this trail, starting here in Morgantown, West Virginia, goes north all the way up to Point Marion, up through Connellsville, where I believe it meets with the Allegheny Passage that kind of cuts the country in half and goes all the way to Washington, D.C. But I've never been out this trail before, so you guys are going to get the first glimpse of this as I'm riding. So far we're on pavement, asphalt, whatever it is. We're heading north. There's apartments over here beside us on our left. Got a nice pool. That looks good. If I hadn't said this before, it is sweltering hot out here. Under the trees it's not too bad, The boy in the sun. Woo! You will get a sunburn quick out here today. Hi. And now we go into the forest. By the way, I started with a full charge. It was it was 54.1 volts. And for some reason, since the day I've had this bike, that's as high as I've ever got it to charge. So, pretty much a fresh battery. And now we've changed over to dirt with a little bit of a crushed gravel surface. But I have no idea how long this trail is and what we're going to run into. Hello. So, looks like this trail is fairly heavily traveled. We're going right along the banks of the Mon River, like I said before, to our left. And we've got tons of bikers and runners, dog walkers, and just people walking. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is a continuation of the Mon River Trail. And then once we get to the Pennsylvania border, it changes over to a trail called, I should have looked before I left, but it's the Sheepskin Trail, I believe. And that goes on up to Point Marion, Pennsylvania. And that's probably about as far as I'm going to get. But we'll see what happens. Kind of going uphill at the moment. I hope everybody that's watching this is in a nice air-conditioned place. Because I'm out here sweating for you. Now, I watched a video a few months ago, and there was a guy that was traveling the Allegheny Passage Trail. I don't know how long that is, but it's a couple thousand miles. I know that it goes as far as west as Indiana at least. But the video that I saw, he was coming from, seemed like Dayton or Cincinnati, Ohio, coming east. And he actually came through, came over the Ohio River into Parkersburg, West Virginia, that sits right on the riverbank. And then he came over toward Clarksburg, which is just south of Fairmont. And then he made his way up another trail that I have ridden, and forgive me, I forget the name of that trail. But anyway, he rode it up to Fairmont, and then he connected to the trail that I ride quite a bit that goes through the tunnel. Rode that all the way up to here, all the way up through Morgantown, and all the way up this trail here. so that he could connect back with that Allegheny Passage Trail. But when he came up through, this trail actually had a dead end where they had stopped making it. So I don't know if this goes all the way through into Pennsylvania or not, but we'll find out sooner than not, I believe. But this is absolutely beautiful up through here. Let me tell you. And thank goodness for trees, because it's shading that sun. And it's actually keeping me fairly comfortable heat-wise. And you know, us big guys out in the sun doesn't jive real well. Man, this is like driving through a tunnel right here. Super nice. I actually really love talking to you guys that are watching. Makes me feel like I'm riding along with a bunch of friends. Makes the miles and the time go by quicker. I see we're already past 2 miles. It seems like I just started. So having some people to talk to makes this a lot more enjoyable until my wife can get out with me. And then we'll both be able to talk to you. This is pretty nice. Got another little bathroom, little workstation to work on your bikes. This is awesome. Yeah. Bathroom, I can't beat that. Take a look down here for just a second. Take a quick look at the map here. Okay. All right, so I live down here in Fairmont. You can see that. This Marion County Trail, this red, is the one that I ride a lot with the tunnel. Prickett's Ford, I've taken some pictures of that on my, I think it was my last ride. Kind of stopped at the red, but the trail that I'm on now goes all the way up here along the river, Opakiska Dam, all the way up to here. Now up here is Morgantown. This red is the Caperton Trail. It kind of cuts off Caperton Trail. I actually got on the trail here at Star City at this riverfront park, and now we're making our way up along, and we're right there where the star is. So we'll be going on up this way. I don't know what these purple dots are for. I don't see a legend any place that tells. I don't know if that means that's coming eventually. And maybe the Pennsylvania border is the cutoff. Not real sure. But that's what we're here to find out. And let's see. So away we go. Yeah, nice little spot to use the bathroom and take a little break if you want to. We'll continue on. Water fountain right there. Use at your own risk. The fountain's cleaned twice a week, it says. But I have yet to see a water fountain along one of these trails. But I guess that's the first. Pretty nice though. Yeah, the funny thing about this trail, rivers flow downhill, right? The river flows the direction that I'm riding, yet we're going uphill. Kind of weird. I imagine we'll start going down at some point. There are a lot of tributaries that empty out into this Mon River. This mountain water that rolls down from the tops of the mountains in there. Some of the cleanest, freshest water you'll ever see. You know, one thing I get asked a lot, people say, you know, why didn't you just get a really nice mountain bike instead of, you know, a nearly $1,000 electric bike? Well, today is a very good example. If I was on a regular bike with the thinner tires and this crushed stone going up this incline at 4 miles, I'd already be ready to turn around and go back. And then I miss out on all of this beauty that I'm getting to see out here. All the time that I'm getting to spend out in nature. All the exercise, the extra exercise that I'm getting going more miles. So yeah, you have to go more miles on an electric bike to get the same type of exercise that you would get on a non-motorized bike. Possibly. Given that this thing's a little heavier and I do pedal, that's up for debate. But the thing that's not up for debate is, after 4 miles on a regular bike, I wouldn't be seeing this view. And that's why I got these bikes. So my wife and I, you know, her with a bad hip, me with a bad knee, are able to get out here and enjoy this, rather than sitting at home on the front porch drinking a glass of sweet iced tea. Sucking on a chili dog, like the song goes, for those of you that remember. Kind of tasty freeze. Me and Diane. But anyway, yeah, that's the main reason I got an electric bike. It's not for how fast you can go. It's not so that I can ride, you know, ride it like a scooter where I don't pedal and just cruise around. So I can go get out, get some exercise, get some extra mileage in, see the wondrous nature that we have here in West Virginia. And I have to tell you, because we are such a hilly, mountainous state, it really kind of shoots down ideas of getting out and walking, especially for big people. And you know, people wonder, you know, West Virginia's kind of known for having overweight folks. Well, you know, that's kind of true. But I think a big part of it is everything is just so hilly and steep that it kills you to walk a couple miles. And getting out with a little bit of help to cover some miles, I mean, you just cannot beat that. And I would recommend an electric bike to everybody that's watching this video. Whether it's an electric bike like I'm riding, whether it's a Rad, whatever, Onyx, I don't even know all the names of the bikes. I got this one because it was less expensive, had a good sized motor on it, and it was foldable. That was my major things. Also like the fat tires. But get any electric bike. I don't care what it is. Get out on these trails. I see a lot of people doing unboxing videos. You know, they're at their house where everything's closed in. They jump on the bike, they take off, and they hit something. And I'm like, oh, that bike's too dangerous. But you need to be out in the open. Get out in the open with it. Hop on. It's just like a regular bike. It just has some assistance to help you. Keep it on a low pedal assist, 1 or 2. I usually do pedal assist 1 or 2 most of the time. You don't really even notice that it's helping you, to be honest. I try to pedal a mile or 2 above what it will carry you without pedaling, so I can get exercise in, but also it doesn't wear on the motor, pulling my big rear end around by itself. So now here we're coming to the big old power plant. I don't know if you can see it through those trees. It looks like 6 Mile Island or something. It's a big old power plant. From Morgantown, it looks like it's 10 miles away, but I'm already here. I'm about 5 miles away, I guess. But there it is. It's kind of ominous. You can hear a little bit of a hum or a roar coming from it. I don't know if you can hear it over my tires or not, but it almost sounds like a train. Trying to get a good vantage point. So many trees. Oh, you see, whoops, sorry about that. Can you hear that? Smoke pouring out up there. Although I've heard it's just mist, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty loud. I don't know how well it's picking up on the camera, but yeah, honestly, it sounds like there's a train over there. That's what I thought it was at first. Well, that's a little bit better. Kind of see. We'll continue on. Here's a better vantage point. There we go. I'd like to do an experiment sometime. Come down upriver, take a temperature reading of the river, and then come down here below and take a temperature reading and see how warm it is, because I believe they use that water, the reason it's on the river, they use it to keep things cool, and then they pump the water back out into the river. I don't know what that does to the marine life or the plant life, but you know, I guess it's one of those trade-offs. We need power, and I see coal laying there as far as the eye can see. So that's a coal-fired plant. So I guess where better to have it than here in West Virginia, where coal is one of our major exports, probably our biggest export. That and natural gas. I hope you guys are staying cool. It's hot out here. But until next time, have a good day. God bless, and we'll see you on the next video.